A couple of years ago, Thom Rainer, the president and CEO of Lifeway, wrote a blog titled, "Where Have All the Baptisms Gone?" And in that blog, he gave us some statistics. He wrote this. He said, "I recently reported that the latest statistics for our denomination, and it's not a pretty picture. Our membership has declined again, this time by 105,708, and our baptisms were down 314,956, the lowest level since 1948. Now let's pause right here for just a moment. That's not the bad news. The bad news is this. This is the bad news. He said, but in 1948, we only had 6 million members. Now he's talking about the Southern Baptists. We only had 6 million members in 1948. Today, we have 16 million members. We are reaching less people for Christ, even though we have 10 million more members than we did in 1948. Now, friends, I want you to know that is a very pathetic picture right there. Now, he wrote some more recent statistics, and these more recent statistics, it doesn't get any better. In fact, it even gets a little bit worse. He said most growth in churches is from transfers and not converts. That is what Thom Rainer is saying. 93 to 94% of our churches are not effectively evangelistic. That's what Thom Rainer is saying. Churches have lost their intentionality in evangelism. Evangelism is falling off the radar for many churches. A growing church is not necessarily an evangelistic church. So, we look at all of these statistics, and I take these quotes from Thom Rainer for this purpose, to tell us we're not doing our job. Friends, I want you to understand it is every single Christian and every single church's responsibility to share the gospel message of Jesus Christ. Now, I could go into a whole lot of reasons of why we are not being evangelistic, and as Thom Rainer said, that evangelism in 93 to 94% of our churches have just completely fallen off the radar. Therefore, our church members are not going out and being evangelistic either. And so we look out into our communities, we look out into our nation, and we don't have to wonder why it's so heathenistic. It's because we have the gospel and we're not sharing it. We're not doing our jobs. Again, I could get into all kinds of reasons of why we're not doing, but I don't want to do that. Instead, what I'm going to start doing every Saturday morning, I'm going to start posting these videos to try to encourage you and teach you how to be a soul winner, to encourage you and teach you how to go out there and win souls for the gospel message of Jesus Christ. Now, the Apostle Paul said in Romans chapter 1 and verse 16, he said, "I am not ashamed of the gospel, for it is the power unto salvation." Friends, we hold in our hands with the Word of God, and we hold in our heart the gospel message that is the power unto salvation, the power to change this society. And if you're not going out there and sharing it, don't you dare complain about how wicked this world truly is, when we have in our own possession the power unto salvation, the gospel message. So go out today and be a soul winner for Jesus.